Hello again, and welcome to our virtual assistant intensive training lesson 2. So, this is our second lesson now, of course. So, it's optimizing our social media profile to attract potential clients or employers. So, here we're going to discuss how can we connect with potential clients and, of course, growing our business. It's already a business because most of you are going to look for clients on your own. You want to start on your own. Now, in this case, that would be freelancing. Okay, so you're going to, when you start your own VA business, it's more like freelancing. As I mentioned on lesson 1, you can um, start with part-time job freelancing and hopefully with a direct client, not with an agency. Okay, so you will know if it's a direct client because you will work directly with the client. There is no third party involved. Okay, but there are also agencies are also good. You can start with that as well. But anyway, in this case, it's really more on freelancing or more on starting on your own. It can be part-time or full-time. So how do we attract um, the best clients and the best employers so they would hire you as their VA? So that's what we are going to discuss today in this lesson. Okay, so how do we optimize our social media profiles to attract potential clients? So, as a virtual assistant, we know that social media is a powerful tool to present our skills, okay, and connect with potential clients or employers and grow our business. But how? How do we, when we say optimize, how do we take advantage? How do we use our social media profiles to attract the right audience and stand out from the other VAs or stand out from the crowd? So, in this lesson, we'll share tips to create and maintain effective and engaging social media profiles that can boost our visibility and credibility as a virtual assistant. So, before we start, I'm going to ask you to pause this video and get a piece of paper and a pen, of course, because I'm going to give you assignments. Our goal for this lesson is to create your online profile, and I will help you with that. So pause the video first and get a piece of paper or your notebook and yeah, a pen, so you could write the assignments later after a few slides. Okay, and yeah, so why your social media profile is crucial or important or critical. Okay, yes, of course, in this way, clients and employers are going to check on your social media profiles to see if you have credibility or to see if you're professional enough to be their VA. Okay, so some virtual assistants, they have, for example, for Facebook, they have two Facebook accounts. One is for their friends and family members, so it's where they post their funny memes, jokes, even the rants, things that they want to complain about. They post that on their personal FB account, and then there's another FB account for professionals in case, because some clients will do ask you of your Facebook account. Yes. But others, they would say, no, I don't have a Facebook account, but they have like Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And we'll talk more about that later. So, yeah, so as a virtual assistant, social media can boost our business, highlight our abilities, of course, and connect with clients, because these are our goals for our social media profile as a VA. So, what we're going to discuss now is how do we take advantage of our social media profiles to attract the proper audience and stand out. Again, at least now we don't waste our time just browsing Facebook. So now we are going to optimize or take advantage of our internet and the time we spent online on creating our professional profile. Okay, the first thing to do to optimize our social media profiles is to choose the right platforms. Okay, so according here, not all social media platforms are created equal. So depending on our niche, target markets and goals, some platforms may be more suitable and relevant for you than others, for us than others. Okay, so remember in lesson one, we have different categories of VA or different types of VA. So there are different platforms. When we say platforms, that's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, even Quora, and many, many others. So there are a lot of platforms, YouTube even, but it depends on our niche. That's why it's very important also to know what kind of services are you going to provide. Because if you know the services that you're going to provide, then you can also choose the proper platform where you are going to be actively online. Okay, so for example, if you offer graphic design or video editing services, you may want to focus on visual platforms like Instagram or YouTube because that's where you are going to showcase the videos you created, the posters you created, and so on. Because you want to offer services uh, linked to graphic designing or video editing services. If you specialize in writing or content creation like I do, my platform would be LinkedIn or Medium. Okay, so Medium, it's for writers, for those who want to create, again, content creation, and not everyone can be on Medium. So there are millions of writers on Medium, but not all writers can be on Medium. So it's actually a great way of showcasing your talent or skills in writing if you are in Medium. Okay, so you have to do some research and find out where your ideal clients hang out. So again, for me as a writer, my target audience, that means my ideal clients or employers, hang out on LinkedIn and Medium. This is the platform where they look for potential writers for their website or for their company. Okay, so what kind of content they consume and how they interact with other virtual assistants. Then when you know the right platforms for you, you can choose the platforms that align with your brand style and message. Okay, don't worry, I will help you find the right platform for the services that you want to offer as a VA, and that's what we are going to discuss right now. Okay, selecting, it's very important because when selecting the right social media platform as a virtual assistant or VA is a crucial or critical decision that can significantly impact or influence your online presence, your client outreach, and ultimately your success in the virtual assistance industry. That's why it's very important. Now, if you want to pursue the if you want to okay, wait. I have a lot of friends who want to be VA and they've been VA for 1 or 2 years, let's say 2 or 3 years, but they are still struggling. They're struggling with looking for clients or employers. Why? Because they don't have enough online presence. Maybe in Facebook with their personal Facebook account. but they don't have LinkedIn profile and other platforms. No, so that's why I put it in my lesson, in the lesson 2. That's why it's in lesson 2 for VA training, because it's really important that you have your online presence, your professional online presence. And don't worry if you're just starting, because even if you're just starting right now, you can still be ahead of those VAs who had been 1 or 3 years as a VA, but they still don't have online presence. Because, as I've mentioned in the first lesson, there are clients who are willing to hire new VAs, because they are also going to provide their own training as well. And when they know that you already have your own training as well, that's even that will even move you ahead from other applicants or from other VAs. Okay, so this is very important because it can significantly impact or influence your online presence. Not all social media platforms, as mentioned here, are created equal. So your choice should be based on your niche, your target market. So what kind of clients or employers you want, that's the target market or your target audience. Your niche is what category of service do you want to provide as VA? Yeah, so the specific VA category. Okay, so now let's discuss into how to make this crucial decision and identify the ideal platform for various VA categories. As you can see here, you have the administrative VA. This is the most, probably the one on top, or the most in-demand VAs, administrative VA. So as an administrative VA, what would be the ideal platforms for you? Again, LinkedIn, it's very, very important. Whatever kind of VA, no, not just VA, but any profession. If you want any profession, you need to have a LinkedIn profile. It's like the Facebook for your career. Okay. And of course, you need to have your Facebook. So think about it. If you post a lot of funny memes and if you rant a lot on your FB and your Facebook, then create a professional Facebook. Okay. And Twitter. So these are the top 3 ideal platforms if you want to be an administrative VA. Now, what's the rationale about this? Administrative VAs often cater to businesses and professionals. So LinkedIn is a professional network, making it a prime choice for this category. And Facebook and Twitter can also be beneficial for sharing tips and networking within business communities. Also, as administrative VA, sometimes they will ask you to post or to market their business through LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. That's why you need to have uh, you need to have an account on these platforms. If you don't have yet, then it's a must. It's a must that you must create an account on these platforms already. So now we have technology VA, and the top 4 ideal platforms. Again, we have LinkedIn, GitHub, Stack, and Overflow. Stack is a bit easy to use. I am not familiar with GitHub and Overflow, but don't worry, because GitHub, Stack, and Overflow, your boss or your client will train you for this. Also, because it's technology VA, so most VAs here are ITs or engineers, so they're very techy. Okay. The rationale here is technology VAs should showcase their expertise. Again, LinkedIn allows anyone to build a professional profile. So while the GitHub and Stack Overflow, sorry, not Stack and Overflow, but Stack Overflow They are hubs for tech enthusiasts and developers. Well, I use Stack all. Yes, I have Stack profile too. Why? Because am a technical writer and I work with ITs most of the time as a technical writer. So if I work as a technical writer, I work mostly with VAs. That's why I have Stack Overflow as well. So I know how to use that one. Okay, but so as you find it here, the common denominator is still LinkedIn. Okay, for accounting and finance VA, the ideal platform is LinkedIn, again, Twitter, and Quora. Okay, the rationale: finance VAs can share their insights and engage with professionals on LinkedIn. Twitter can be effective for sharing a quick financial tips. And Quora allows you to demonstrate your expertise by answering finance-related queries. Okay. Now, by the way, what do you mean by ideal platforms? This is the social media platform where clients and employers are looking for employees to hire, including VA. So as mentioned in here in accounting and finance VA, an accounting firm or or an employer or a client looking for a accounting VA or finance VA, this individual is going to look for his or her next VA on LinkedIn, Twitter, or Quora. Again, LinkedIn for professionals. Now, it's the same as Facebook, but it's for your career. So, if you are going to have your LinkedIn profile, you can even just reshare, like repost anything professionally, a professional post, something about leadership, management. So if you're in accounting and finance, anything about finance, okay? Or yeah, just anything in general about leadership, about time management, about stress management. Yeah, so anything that's related to work, to career, even to life. And the same thing for Twitter. You can repost quotes or statements regarding finance, money, savings, whatever it is that's related to the services you offer, which is the same thing with Quora. So when you open an account in Quora, so you are going to be answering questions related to finance and accounting. And some employers looking for an accounting and finance VA, they are going to search for individuals who are active in Quora, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Okay. Um, but LinkedIn is fine if even if you don't have Twitter and Quora, but if you are active on LinkedIn, it's actually very fine. But again, it's better if you have Twitter and Quora if you are going to be if you decide to be an accounting and finance VA. So marketing VA platforms: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Why Instagram? As you can see now, most of the businesses abroad, even in the Philippines right now, they have Instagram accounts. It's where they post their products and make it even more attractive to their target audience or the services they offer. They are more active on Instagram than in Facebook. And of course, Facebook as well. In Philippines, Facebook is more active. And again, LinkedIn. Okay, and why? Marketing VAs often deal with visual content. Yeah, very visual when it comes to the products. You have to be visual. How does the product that you market look like? Okay. Instagram is ideal for showcasing creativity, and Facebook provides a platform for content sharing. And of course, LinkedIn is essential again for networking within the marketing industry. LinkedIn is networking professionally. Okay, as I mentioned, I think on my first lesson, I have in all my social media platforms, I have a lot of followers on LinkedIn. I have a lot of connections on LinkedIn. This is networking. What I do is I search for CEOs and owners of companies and I add them. And most of them, unlike Facebook, that they will not add you and they don't know you, on LinkedIn it's okay because we do things on LinkedIn professionally. So they will, others will do, but others don't. But majority of individuals who have LinkedIn accounts, they will accept your invitation to be in their connection. Now, when you are in their connection, it would be easy for you to find CEOs and owners of company who need VAs. So when they post that, you can see them. Or when one of their connections, even if you're not yet connected with this person, when one of your connections need VA, if they post that, you will also see their post. So that's why LinkedIn is very important for your professional or for your career. You really have to invest time on being online on LinkedIn. Now, when you post on LinkedIn, let's say every day, you are also going to be more visible to potential clients and employers. But make sure what you post is in line with what service you provide. For example, I am a teacher by profession and I write. So what I post in LinkedIn is more on education, uh, how or what teachers should be, quotes about teachers and those things, and about writing too. And of course I post there my new articles. So that's why every week I receive um 2 or 3 or even more invitations from employers, I mean, and companies that they seek teachers or they seek writers. I receive that. Why? Because I'm online on LinkedIn, not even every day, but because I have a lot of connections already and my name appears in their searches because I have a lot of posts already and I post my content there, my article in there. So that's how I market myself professionally. So again, LinkedIn is very important. So in design and creative VA, the ideal platforms are Instagram, Pinterest, and Behance. I am not familiar with Behance actually. So in design and creative, again, these are the web developers, more on IT, and of course the graphic designers. Instagram, so whatever you have designed, yeah, Instagram and Pinterest are the best platforms for that. And of course you can also still, it's not in, it wasn't, I wasn't able to list, I forgot probably to list LinkedIn here. But whether you're a VA or you're a teacher, even as a dentist, whatever profession you have, you need to have your LinkedIn. Okay, so why these platforms for design and creative VA? Because visual portfolios are vital for design and creative VAs. So Instagram and Pinterest are visual platforms that allow you to present or showcase your work. And Behance is dedicated to creative professionals. Okay, for sales VA, the ideal platforms are LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. So if you're good with sales, let's say you already have a small business of selling something, online selling. So you might consider in the category of sales VA. So you need to be, again, you need to have LinkedIn. If you have Twitter and Instagram but inactive, so this is the time you need to be active on these platforms as well. So the reason is sales VAs need to build relationships and connections, of course. Because in sales, you're going to your goal as a sales VA is to attract more customers to the business. So LinkedIn is a prime platform for professional networking, as I mentioned most of the time. Twitter and Instagram can be used for sharing sales tips and insights. Okay. Excuse me. Now, whatever VA category of VA you want to choose, it's good to share tips and insights because the clients and the employers will think, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's going to do. So this is going to be a good VA. So if you prefer to be in accounting and finance VA, so share tips and insights about accounting and finance. If you want to be if you want to be a marketing VA, then share or provide tips and insights about marketing. So in sales, about sales as well. It doesn't have to be your own quote or your own statement. You can just quote someone else and be sure to put the name of the person who exactly said that statement. So and share a little bit of your insight about that quote. So in that way, you can also impress your potential client and employer. So for customer support VA, we have LinkedIn again, Facebook, and Twitter. So the reason is customer support VA should demonstrate their responsiveness. That means you're easy to respond. I mean, it's easy for you. You're easy to respond because again, you're going to work as a customer support. LinkedIn helps to build your professional credibility, and Facebook and Twitter, these are channels for addressing customer inquiries and presenting problem solving skills. Okay, so that these are for the customer support VA. For multilingual VA, again, you have LinkedIn, and then there's Twitter and Facebook groups. Okay, so the reason you can highlight your language skills on LinkedIn. Okay, and Twitter can be, you can use Twitter to engage with different audiences, of course, worldwide. The Facebook groups will also allow you to join language specific communities. Okay, so if let's say you know how to speak Japanese, so there are Facebook groups, let's say for Filipinos to speak Japanese, or for any nationality that speak Japanese. So you might find someone there looking for a VA that can speak both English and Japanese. So you can find probably that on Facebook groups, and of course on Twitter, if you can post Japanese language and English language. If you know, again, we're focusing on Japanese only as an example. So yeah, um, you can have you can have new audiences in this category as well. If you are familiar with Quora, this is it's people ask questions here. Any questions from academic to research to anything. So if you are a research VA, you can open an account in Quora, okay, even in Reddit. Yes. Okay, so for research VA, the reason is research VAs can utilize LinkedIn again for networking with professionals in research related fields. And the Twitter and Quora accounts, these platforms can provide opportunities to share your knowledge, your insights, and answer industry specific questions. So industry specific questions, let's say in agriculture or in agriculture or in marketing or in startup business. So it depends what is the specific industry you are what specific industry is you want to how do you say this, how do I explain this? Okay, so even on Reddit and in Quora, they have categories also there. So it can be in agriculture, it can be science based, it can be pharmaceuticals. Okay, so that's up to you. Now, as a research VA. For example, I am a doctor and I need a VA. So if I go to Quora or Reddit, I would look for, I would choose from any of the categories related to medicine, okay, or anything. So for me as a content writer, I can work with, I can write articles for makeup, for skin products, IT services. So that depends. So if I were to apply for research VA in Quora, I can answer questions or I can provide tips and insights on LinkedIn and Twitter on, let's say, a specific software development when I want to catch the eye of clients or employers working in IT industry. I can also post insights or answers in queries in Quora and Reddit, and I can post insights and yeah, my insights and my knowledge about skincare products or skincare. Yes, on Twitter or in Quora. Yeah, something like I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted. So that's research VA. So there are ideal platforms, and you cannot just think, but research VA, how, where, what category should I post my queries? You can post anywhere. So you can try to post in about vaccines. So you look for categories about vaccines in Quora or Reddit, and you can put write insights or tips about vaccines on LinkedIn and Twitter. And then let's say the next day you decide that, oh, I want to be a research VA also about children's health. Okay. So you go to Quora again or Reddit and choose topics or categories about children's health. And then you answer some questions in there, and you also try to post tips and insights in there, even on Twitter and LinkedIn. So yeah, in that way also, um, clients can see, oh, you have knowledge about this and that. Okay. I've been a writer for different niche. That means different topics and categories. But most of the people who sent me messages asking me if I want to write for them, it's mostly about parental topics because I have posted a lot of articles that I wrote about parenting, about child psychology, about teachers, about educations, about IT services like software development, and science and technology, and also business, and a lot more things. Because again, I post what I know about the articles that I wrote. I post them about tips and insights, especially on LinkedIn and more on LinkedIn. I have a Quora account, I have Twitter, I have Instagram, but they are not active. My LinkedIn is very much active. So that is going to be our primary goal for lesson 2. We are going to create your LinkedIn profile. Okay, the project management VA, the ideal platform is LinkedIn, Facebook, and Slack. Yes, Slack. I have also an account on Slack for different companies. Okay, so in Slack, that's where you can chat with other members of the project. Okay, um the reason is project management VAs can showcase their organizational skills on LinkedIn, of course, and on Facebook you can use it for collaboration with project management groups, so you can join in project management groups. In Slack, again, it's a powerful tool for team communication and coordination. The Slack, actually, how to have a Slack account, the company or your future employer or client will give you that. So they will give you an access You are going to open an account using your email, but you can join a company or an organization based on the invitation of your client or employer. So choosing the right social media platforms as a VA is a strategic decision, okay, that should align with your expertise, your goals, and your target audience. Again, your target audience, that would be your target clients and employers. So if you want to work in accounting and finance VA, if you want to be an accounting and finance VA, of course, your target audience would be individuals who work in departments, certain departments or companies or businesses in align with that. Okay, so that's your target audience. Conduct research to identify where your potential clients are active and what type of content they engage with. And then you can customize or create your social media strategy accordingly. So when you select the ideal platforms for your VA category, you can take advantage of your online presence and then you can effectively reach your target audience. That's why your first assignment is you sign up for LinkedIn. Sign up using your active email and then send me an email with your LinkedIn account or profile. So this is going to be your first assignment for lesson 2. My email is hmr5477@gmail.com. That's H Hotel M Mango R Romeo 5477 hmr5477@gmail.com. Email me your LinkedIn account, okay? Even if it's just a new one, just email it to me, so that would be your first assignment for lesson 2. So, yeah. So, and then by with that, that's going to be our first step. And then make sure you try to be online every day and try to add more connections. If you need help in adding more connections, just tell me, and maybe I can help. Okay. The big question is how? How are we going to optimize our social media portfolio? So let's say, okay, yeah, I have Twitter, I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have all those that you mentioned, and I have LinkedIn. So what's my next step? How do I take advantage of social media portfolio, and why is it important for us to do it? Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss at this part. Optimize your profile information. Okay, so your profile information, that means your profile picture, your name, and a little bit of bio about you. Your profile information is the first thing that clients or your potential clients and employers see when they visit your social media pages. That's why this is your chance to make a good impression and convey who you are, what you do, and how you can help them. That's why the big question is how? How do I optimize my profile information? Okay. First, make sure you have a clear and professional profile picture. It doesn't mean that you need to wear, mm, the most common thing you see when an individual is wearing a very formal attire. It doesn't have to be like that, but as long as it's decent, don't wear bikinis for your professional profile picture in LinkedIn. Okay, it has to be clear and, yeah, professional looking. If you want, you can just, like, it might just look like a 2 by 2 picture. That's fine. We can change our full name, our names, often on Facebook and in other social media platforms, but not on LinkedIn. You have to use your real full name. Okay, because that's what your client needs to see. Your real full name. Sometimes they would put a background check on you. That's why if you don't provide your real full name, they will not be able to do a background check on you. So a concise meaning just a short but compelling or impressive bio or CV. And this is going to be our second assignment. We are going to create your CV, or we are going to update your CV. It's very important to have your own portfolio. It doesn't have to be a website. And you can create a free Google portfolio. So Google portfolio, that means it's online. And clients or employers are more impressed if you have an online portfolio. And it's also kind of easy to use to create. So if we have more time, I will also help you, or yeah, I will also teach you how to create a portfolio. But it's also fine if you don't have a portfolio yet, especially if you're new to VA, because portfolio is when you have work experiences already, or if you have certain products or services you've done before that you want to showcase or present. Next, use keywords and phrases that reflect your skills, services, and value proposition. In short, choose words wisely in what you are going to post on your social media platforms professionally, especially on LinkedIn. Okay, so yeah, the keywords, that means the common words or phrases that people in your category search all the time. So if you're in accounting and finance category, so what are the usual keywords and phrases that you think your clients will use? So that's what you are going to post also. So it will reflect that you know what you're doing. It will reflect your skills and your services. So yeah. For example, for me as a writer, so I use keywords like branding, SEO, so anything related to writing. Okay, because it would reflect that I know my skills. I know what to do as a writer. Okay. Also include a call to action that invites visitors to contact you, sign up for your newsletter, or check out your latest offer. Yeah, you can also create a Facebook page, portfolio, or Facebook page. It's okay, but of course, again, portfolio is even better. Um, but Facebook page is also great. Or you can create your own page on LinkedIn, and this is where your visitors can contact you. I don't have a page. My clients can just really contact me on LinkedIn, just on my email on LinkedIn. Okay. And check out your latest offer. Yeah, as a VA, what you can do is, for me as a writer, sometimes what I do is, I would tell clients that, okay, you can provide me a writing test to check the quality of my output. Okay. Or my first article is for free. But I need, of course, to make it really an excellent output or article, so that they would be impressed on my work. So what you can do is, no, please don't provide free VA task. Okay. But yeah, you can provide, let's say, a discount for your latest offer for your services if they ask for your rate. But this is a tip. When you give discount, make sure it will still be advantageous to you. For example, if I put something on sale, um, for example, my lip tint costs only 75 pesos, and I would post buy one take one 150. A lot of clients, a lot of customers will buy that, and they will buy, and all my lip tints would be sold altogether, all of them. When in fact, yeah, it's not really buy one take one, because the real price is only 75 pesos. That means I have already gained something from 75 pesos. Just an example. For example, I spent 45 pesos for each lip tint. So if I sell them for 75, I've already earned 30 pesos for each lip tint. So that's already enough. And that, so when I say buy one take one, it's a win-win situation for me, because I'm going to I'm going to sell two pieces of them for each individual. Okay. But for clients, they would think that, for customers, they would think, oh, it's a good price because it's buy one, take one. So they were not able to see that the original price is the same. Now they're just buying two pieces of that. Or in service, or even giving a discount, 50% discount. So it's the same. When they buy two, they think it's buy one, take one. But you say a 50% discount, my lip tint is only 75 pesos, but it's the real price actually. So the same thing with VA. If they um if they ask you your rate, and they would say, are you negotiable? Are you okay with this one? You can actually tell them, um it, it, because don't sell your services short. Don't sell yourself short. What I do is sometimes I exaggerate with the rates. For example, my last client is paying me, just an example, my last client is paying me uh, $10 per hour. But if you're going to offer me lower, I can only negotiate up to $7 per hour. But the fact is, as a VA, $7 per hour is already fair. Okay. So yeah. And don't be surprised, because other clients will even pay you as low as $5 per hour. But for a newbie, for some newbies, they would accept that. But that's really up to your preference already. If you need a job badly, desperately, or quickly, then you can grab the $5 per hour. But if you want to have a better rate, as mentioned on lesson 1, you have to optimize your skills also. Um, undergo different trainings. There are a lot of free trainings you can find online, and optimize your profile information so that when a client sees you, you can actually demand for a higher rate. So second assignment is email me. Again, here's my email, and write on the subject CV template, because I'm going to send you a CV template, and that's what you're going to use to update your resume or CV. Okay, so it's complete. All you have to do is just, because I cannot create the CV for you because I don't know your personal details. So that's up to you, but it's easy because you can just edit it. What I do usually is I I do it on I do it in a PowerPoint presentation, and then convert it into PDF. Okay, it's easier for me for to in a PowerPoint presentation to PDF. Others will do it in Word and then to PDF. PDF format is better. Why? Because they cannot edit what you sent them. Okay, so they can just browse and look at your credentials. Okay, so no complete assignment would mean you are not moving on to the third lesson. So incomplete lesson also means no certificate. So to get your certificate, one of your tasks is to create or update your CV, and the first assignment for second lesson is to create an account on LinkedIn and email me your account on LinkedIn. Okay, your name on LinkedIn, or the link to your LinkedIn profile. So the second step, okay, the second step to optimizing our social media profile more to attract the ideal client is to create and share valuable content. Okay, that's why, again, if you have time to be active on Twitter and Instagram and other social media platform, that would be best. But LinkedIn is already very good. It's already very good, but you have to share only valuable content in there. Do not share funny memes. Well, others do, but do not, and especially don't rant on LinkedIn. That would be, a lot of people would view that as unprofessional. Okay, so content is the key to building trust. Authority, that means authority, that you know what you are doing. You know your skills as a VA. Okay, and that impresses a lot of clients, of course, and it's the key to engagement on social media. So, as a virtual assistant, you want to create and share content that presents or showcase or reveals your expertise, that you can solve your clients' problems, and of course, you know how to educate your audience. So you can use different formats and mediums, such as, okay, wait, okay, yeah. So different formats, you can create Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, or even in just Instagram post, blog post, podcast, ebooks, videos, infographics, and webinars. So these are the different formats you can use depending on your platform and preference. The most important thing is to provide value and quality, not quantity. Even if it's just once a day post on LinkedIn, as long as it's a valuable content. Don't spam your followers with too much or irrelevant content. Instead, focus on creating content that is useful, informative, and entertaining for your niche. Okay, so don't create a lot of posts. Once a day can be better, twice can be good, twice, 2 or 3 times is better, are better, or best. I'm sorry for the error in spelling and infographics. It's just one S. Okay, so of course you have to interact with your audience and network. Social media is not a one-way street. Even on Facebook, when you post something, people, your followers or your connections react. So it's not a one-way street. So it's the same with the other platforms. Okay, again, we're focusing on LinkedIn. So it's a platform for communication, interaction, and relationship building. So as a virtual assistant, you want to use your social media to connect with your audience and network with other professionals in your field. So to do that, of course, so to do that, to interact with our audience and network, we have to be active. So that means active, you don't have to be online 24/7. But at least you have to be active every once a day or every day. Why? Because you don't know, how would you know that a client or an employer had seen your profile and they want to hire you as their VA if you only visit your LinkedIn profile once a week. So you need to at least, yeah, once a day, you need to check on your LinkedIn profile. Responsive. You need to respond. So when someone comments, when someone emails you, you need to respond immediately. Just the same thing in Facebook. And of course, you need to be sincere, friendly, approachable, helpful. And that's why we need to provide tips and insights. That means we're trying to be helpful. We know what we're doing, and be positive. Don't share any negative statements on LinkedIn and in your other professional social media platforms or profiles. That's a bad impression for clients and employers. And again, know your target audience. So what's your niche? What's the service you want to provide? And then through that, you um, you can identify your target audience, or who or what type of clients do you want to work with. Yeah, okay, so more so on the previous slide, I forgot to mention, don't just post your content and disappear for a few days or months. As I mentioned, you have to be active. So you have to engage with your followers by liking, commenting, sharing, and answering their questions. You can also join groups on LinkedIn. There are also forums and communities related to your niche. So of course, for me, I joined a group of teachers and also a group of writers, and participate in discussions, events, and collaborations. Okay, so you can start conversations so you can reach out to potential clients and influencers. So you have to be friendly, helpful, and genuine. For number four, showcase your testimonials and achievements. Yes, I have a lot of recommendations with my French students before as their teacher. And these French students are already professionals. So some of them are CEOs, others are scientists, engineers, owners of huge companies in Europe. And it attracted other clients as well, because again, these are recommendations from professionals, and I have recommendations from my editors too and other clients before. So one of the best ways to attract potential clients and boost your credibility in social media is to showcase your testimonials and achievements, even in Upwork. So I advise you to open also an account on Upwork. And when you have a client, ask your client to create a recommendation for you, because other clients are very specific on that. They need to know if, your previous clients or employers are happy with your output or with your work. Testimonials are social proof that show your skills, your results, the results of your output, and satisfaction of your previous or even your present clients. And of course, the achievements, they highlight your progress, your growth, and the recognition in the category that you choose. So you can share your testimonials and achievements on your social media profiles by creating posts, stories, highlights, or pins. Like, okay, for online sellers, we do that. The feedback that we got from the food that we sell, or the perfume that we sell, or whatever we are selling, or the services that we offered, their feedback, their recommendation through text, through emails, through whatever, we post them on our Facebook, right? So it's the same thing on LinkedIn. So we post whatever testimonials or achievements that we have. You can also ask your clients to leave reviews or recommendations on your pages or tag you in their posts. So do not be shy to brag, or that means, yeah, brag means maghinambog sometimes. Do not be shy to brag a little about your success and show your followers what you can do for them. It's very important. Be consistent and professional. Okay. Um, of course, on your social media profiles, be consistent. That means it's not just for the first few weeks, you're very professional, you post tips and insights, and the next month they see that your posts are about jokes and insults. So you need to be consistent with your posts. Okay. And of course, you need to be also professional. That means consistency means posting regularly, maintaining the same tone and style. I- You can also differ the tone and style as long as it still sounds professional. And of course, staying true to your brand and values. It's like you have a certain persona, or you have a certain, yeah, a persona on your profile, on your LinkedIn profile, that when they see it, they know it's you, they know it's your post. So that's creating your brand and value. And professionalism means respecting the rules and etiquette of each platform. You avoid spamming your followers, you avoid plagiarism or negativity. Plagiarism. If it's a quote from someone, don't post it and without crediting the real author of that post or of that quote. Okay. So you have it, they won't judge you. Oh, she's posting only quotes from other people. They won't judge you for that. They would see it as something very professional, that you admire that certain person, you have the same principles or morals with that same person. That's why you post it. um, but if you post quotes and that you did not credit the owner of the post, and it seems for others, they would admire you. Wow, it's an impressive post. But for others, they would find out, oh, I know this. I know who wrote this one. Or I've seen this somewhere. I've read this somewhere. This is not originally from her. So it's not going to be good on your side. Of course, negativity. So don't complain or post anything negative on your social platform professionally, and protect your privacy and reputation by being consistent and professional. Also, you can establish yourself as someone responsible, reputable, reliable, and trustworthy, and your future clients and employers can see you as a virtual assistant who can provide quality work and service. Okay, some people forget this, but hashtags are very important. It's a powerful tool for attracting potential clients on social media, and we are doing that already on Facebook, right? So hashtags, even on LinkedIn, it's very important. So they're not just a powerful tool for attracting potential clients on social media. When you use relevant hashtags, you can also increase your network on LinkedIn and other social media. You can increase your reach, and you can get your content in front of individuals or people interested in what you have to offer. But of course, don't overdo it. Don't put a lot of hashtag. The maximum hashtag is 3 to 5 per post, but make sure it's relevant to the content you share. It's not, it does not sound professional if you have 20 hashtags or 10 hashtags. So 3 to 5 hashtags are already good. And that's all for lesson 2. I hope you learned something about here, and I'm going to give the test for those who are done with lesson 2. Thank you very much, and good luck for the quiz, and stay tuned for lesson number 3.